Hey everybody, welcome back to another live stream. Before we get into the show, which will begin in a moment, I wanted to let you know that if you have any questions throughout the stream, remember you can always ask them on our website. We have a live chat support ready and able to help you. My team there is available if you have any questions about any of our products, services, or just have a question for fun. Check it out. Link will be down below in the description.
Coming to you live from our studio in Atlanta, Georgia, this is the A1 Trading Daily Show. Whether markets are rising or falling, we're here to keep you up to date with the latest market news. Join us as we trade currencies, commodities, and indices live, Monday through Friday.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you can see and hear me okay. Please let me know if everything is good in the chat. We are jumping into another live stream here. We're going into a pretty big news event for the Canadian dollar. And a lot of you guys, I know a lot of people right now trading things like Euro CAD, dollar CAD, are going to be very interested to see what this number comes out to be. Now, of course, in 2020, we had the COVID pandemic, which caused a lot of central banks around the world to have to print a lot of money in order to support all the businesses and economic slowdown that occurred. Well, it happened in the US, but it also happened in all over the place. We had places like Canada. You can see, for example, CAD CPI, which is what is coming out now, is going to be the measurement of inflation as we go through this post-COVID situation where economies around the world have been really dealing with high levels of inflation. Canada actually has it, I guess, better off than other places when it comes to inflation. CPI numbers here expected in terms of a year-over-year basis, expected to be 4.8%. That is the forecast for today. The trimmed CPI year-over-year is 4.9%, and the month-over-month expectation is 0.5%. Now, of course, this is going to cause some volatility for the CAD pairs, which we'll take a look at. We'll do some analysis with today. First of all, if you're newer to the markets, let's go over why CPI matters for a second. So it is for what is CPI? CPI for Canada and for the US and many other places is the change in the price of goods and services purchased by consumers. You know how when you go to the store and that same cereal box used to cost you $5, now it costs you $7, right? That's called inflation. It's when prices go up. And so why traders care? Consumer prices account for a majority of overall inflation. Inflation is important to current valuation because rising prices lead the central bank to raise interest rates out of respect for their inflation containment mandate. This is why it matters. When we go into today's number, the Canadian central bank has a decision to make, just like other central banks have decisions to make. What are they going to do about the inflation? Well, if the inflation comes out red hot for Canada today, it is very possible that you get some sort of move to the upside for the CAD. Now, here is a look at, we are looking at right now, the daily chart. We'll start here real quick on dollar CAD. Let me full screen this so we can see it. So dollar CAD has recently been pulling back. The dollar has actually had a big part to play in this, where the dollar has recently really tanked, and you can see has sort of gained back a little bit of this. But overall, the Canadian dollar has actually been really weak. Why do I say that? Well, remember, when we're talking about currency pairs, USD CAD, if this pair is rising, what we're saying is the dollar is appreciating relative to the Canadian dollar. Today, I think we're at a very decisive point for this pair in particular. If you're watching dollar CAD today, if you have a trade on, if you're considering some ideas on this, here's what I will say. Looking left, you can see we have some levels of support here. It's going to be very interesting to see if this dollar CAD can catch some sort of a bounce, and very likely will be impacted or partially decided by the news that we get today. So let's go through the scenarios really quick together. So if we're talking about USD CAD, right? If we're talking about dollar CAD, if we get today higher than expected CAD inflation, it's possible that that will prompt the Canadian Central Bank to Raising rates cause the currency to grow in value. That's why higher than expected inflation is usually perceived as hot or strong for the currency. So if we get hotter than expected Canadian inflation today, it's possible that this chart could actually break to the downside, right? Dollar could fall relative to that strengthening CAD. Now, of course, we don't know what the numbers are going to be. We are here waiting with me here as we get closer to the event. Hopefully, it comes right back. Sometimes it just freaks out. I think it's coming back. It's trying. Just stay with us here. Everyone can still hear me, right? Just let me know if you can still hear me in the chat. I think it's getting better. I can't quite tell. It's almost better. Let me hold on. Let me check on my end. Go to live. Oh, it seems like it is better. Okay. That was weird. Stream problem was going on. I think it's okay now. Still stream glitching. Okay. Let me know if it's still happening for you guys. But I think it's a little bit better now. Back now. Okay, cool. Crisis averted, guys. Crisis averted. So back to the charts. Like I said, dollar CAD coming down here prior to the news. We'll see if that plays out. The idea here, again, would be if price breaks this support level, we probably see more downside for dollar CAD and sort of the failure of this upward trend to continue. But that's why this news event is so important, and that's why we're here together watching it. Okay, so Euro CAD. Let's see what's going on with EuroCAD. EuroCAD, so Euro really strong this morning. In fact, EuroCAD, if you're watching this, if you are actually bearish the CAD, this one might be one to keep an eye on. You've got resistance here overhead. If this level gets popped and broken on the actual release, it could offer some continuation basis. And what I mean by that is, let's say that today you get some real strength coming into the EuroCAD, meaning the Canadian dollar once again weakens. If that happens, you may have opportunities to look for continuation plays on this EuroCAD idea. So, I mean, I like the trend. The trend is very strong to the upside here. And, one thing to compare here is if we look at the smart money tracker, this is very useful information. Take a look at this. The Canadian dollar in terms of institutional money. So we're looking at the COT report right now. What this is showing us, guys, is this is showing us positioning of big money. Smart money, what are they doing? What are they buying? What are they selling? This is something that we've pulled into our software to get an idea of. When we look at this, COT data versus smart money tracker, the COT data, aka the smart money tracker, shows that the Canadian dollar is very much short by institutional money. So of all the contracts open, 59.52% are short on the CAD, 40% are long on the CAD. So there's a distinct preference to short the CAD right now by big money. Well, we flip around and take a look at the euro over on the right-hand side of the screen. We got 73% interest in longing the euro. Very, very interesting to say the least. If you notice that big money is long euro, big money is short CAD. When we take a look at this euro CAD pair, it's very useful information to consider in our own trading. If you guys don't have access to this, we do have a free version available. We're going to drop a link in the chat to the Edge Finder free. If you want to sign up for the Edge Finder free version, click this form that's being dropped in the chat. You can fill this out, it takes 2 seconds, and you'll be sent to where you can get the Edge Finder for free. So fill this out in the chat box down below. We just dropped that for you. And then once you do that, you'll be sent instructions on how to get your free version of the Edge Finder so that you can play around with some of this market data. Let's also take a look now at retail sentiment prior to the event. We'll go over here and take a look at, we're going to look at major currency pairs only, so we can take a look at the dollar CAD. And dollar CAD here has a very heavy short interest. And this is very interesting to me. So dollar CAD, retail money is piled into the short side, betting that this thing is going down. So in my opinion, this actually looks ripe for a pop against dollar CAD. Looks ripe for a pop. So honestly, I don't hate the idea of looking for a trade here. I won't trade it before the news event, but there is, that possibility that afterwards there could be a trade set up looking for continuation on that one. So very, very interesting. You guys are mentioning some other pairs. I will take a look at some other pairs once the news spike is behind us. We've got just about 2.5 minutes here to go until we get some volatility on the news. And again, for those of you guys who are just tuning in, we have CAD CPI coming out in just a minute or two here. This will likely cause volatility across CAD pairs, whether you're trading CAD yen, dollar CAD, etc. CAD yen, for example, is another one we should probably take a look at. Here's CAD yen, which shows sort of the weakness of the Canadian dollar recently. Canadian dollar has really taken an absolute beating. So yeah. Brian says the Edge Finder is becoming a must-have tool for traders. I'm saving for it. Brian, that's awesome to hear. I hope you get access to it soon. It is quite the tool, and we've put in a lot of time and effort to get it there. So thank you for the kind words. Appreciate that. CAD yen finding some support here off of 95.7. Let's mark this as our area of support. So again, the recent low being formed around 95. Demand being found there and trying to pop off of that bottom. Now, the question is, though, is CAD weakness going to come in here today and push this thing back underneath the lows? We'll have to watch out. And again, this is also impacted heavily by the Japanese yen, which is a hot mess right now in terms of volatility. So we'll have to watch this one. Again, for those of you guys who are asking for other charts, we are going to do other charts in a moment. I'm just doing CAD pairs first as we have CAD news coming out in just about 1 minute from now. In fact, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and prep the screen here to watch if there's any spike together. Again, there can totally be some spikes on these CAD CPI sort of news events. So let's set up our charts here for this. So we're going to go dollar CAD in the top right. We're going to use 15-minute charts, guys. And let me go ahead and just talk less here and make sure I get this set up. So we're going to do CAD JPY. 15 minute. We'll do Euro CAD over here. And maybe like CAD Swiss over here. All right, guys, we've got 20 seconds here to go until the volatility is expected to potentially pick up on some CAD pairs. Now, again, these spikes are not going to be as dramatic, perhaps, as Fed meeting stuff like we have tomorrow, which we will be live streaming, but they can still cause some volatility. Let's see what we get out of CAD CPI here today. All right, and dollar CAD popping to the upside here initially. A little bit of a pop there, nothing crazy, about 15 pips or so on the initial spike. And again, if you guys have numbers, please feel free to share them in the chat. Again, we are watching CAD CPI unfold to see what the numbers come out to be. And dollar CAD, again, had an initial pop, 5.2. Okay, thank you guys for the updates. We got 5.2. Very interesting. Let's see if we can just pull those numbers up on our end. So 5.2 coming out from the... I'm sorry, 5.2. Where did we get 5.2? Am I missing something? I'm seeing 4.8, less than expected. And this is really interesting, guys. Look at this. Median CPI, 4.9. Trend CPI, 4.8. It's almost like they got them backwards. That's really interesting. Regardless, we are seeing a little bit of CAD weakness hit the floor. You can see CAD yen selling off, and as well as CAD Swiss, dollar CAD popping, Euro CAD popping. And Euro CAD cannot seem to catch a break. It just keeps running higher and higher. So really, really interesting. I'm not sure where you guys are getting 5.2. Am I confused? I'm refreshing it again just to see if the numbers came out wrong on my end. Nope. I think it should be just 4.9, 4.8 as the two numbers we got. 4.8. Okay. Yeah, you guys are somebody trolling me in the chat. It's possible. Yeah. So anyways, guys, that an initial spike. Now we can move on to some other currency pairs. I wanted to talk a little bit about gold here today. And gold really has taken a little bit of a haircut off of those previous highs. We talked about this yesterday. This was sort of expected. We discussed the fact that, okay, gold made a run all the way from 1,800 all the way up to 2,000. That's an incredible $200 move on the price of gold. Let me tell you who's happy right now. You know who's happy right now is those the coin shop dealers. Coin shop dealers are happy. People who invest in gold, physical gold, are happy. Gold coins. Whenever this stuff pops, it's an interesting thing. When I was a kid, my dad and I would go to like coin shows and stuff, and they would always be talking about the price of silver and the price of gold because of the smelt down value, right? Because you go to those coin shows. I know this is off a tangent, but you go to those coin shows and they like they talk about, if you were to just buy junk silver, you could smelt it down and sell it at a certain market price. And that market price is, of course, set by the market that we talk about here every day. Gold jumped from 1800 all the way up to 2000. It's an incredible jump in just a very, very short period of time. Okay, inflation rate year over year, 5.2. Okay, thank you guys for that. So my thought process on gold is this. If price retraces further on gold, I am actually interested in potentially getting long. And I'll show you guys this. So off of the daily, talking about a move back down to like 1933, which is a pretty good size pullback from the highs of 2009. Now here's your 4-hour view. There's an argument though for this. Is there some more pressing entry points here? Let's see if we can find something. So now you had a significant low here. So if we go swing low to swing high, still kind of get that 1933 mark as that 61.8%. So I think that, in terms of a great price for gold buys, in my personal opinion, I really like this 1933 mark. Now it's a ways away, but if price does get sort of that significant pullback, comes back to areas like this, I would say there's probably a good shot that gold could find a nice bounce and continuation there. Now, is there a trade that might be there before this? Maybe. We're hitting the 38.2, which lines up nicely almost with support. In fact, let's see. So it's very, very close to a current support level. If price comes down to this, if you're more of a swing trader, you could just potentially be looking at this general area and saying, hey, you know what? If it breaks below 61.8, stop out of that. That's a bigger stop loss though, so the day traders probably won't love it. In terms of gold buys, I actually think I like a buy here. If we can get a little bit more of a haircut on gold, I'll be interested in taking that trade. Now you have to be careful because we have the Fed meeting tomorrow, where they will be announcing the interest rate decision. Are we going to go 50 basis points or 25? Now, if we get 25 basis points or even, well, actually right now, the forecast is basically 25 basis points. That is what the market is expecting. Now, if we get the surprise right now, the 50 basis points is like completely off the table. If that happens, gold probably drops through the absolute floor and, the dollar jumps to $1 million. Not really, but the dollar would jump tremendously. Now, the side bet though, right now, there's a growing expectation or possibility that we actually get no rate hike. Now, again, this is the lesser case scenario, less likely, but tomorrow's interest rate decision is going to be very, very important. And I'm going to talk about that. I'll probably make a video here today going over all that good stuff for you guys to prep you for the Federal Reserve meeting tomorrow. So look out for that video. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, take 1 second for me, hit the thumbs up button. I think we have very few likes on the stream. If you're enjoying the content here, do me a favor, do us a favor. There's multiple people who are involved in making these streams possible. Help us out. Smash the thumbs up button. I think we're only at 49 likes. If you guys could run that up for me, it would really mean the world. It just helps to get more people into the stream and share the free content that we're putting out here. So like I said, I think that right now the expectation for the market is 25 basis points. If the zero comes out, gold will fly, which I'm talking about. If that expectation, again, this is the lesser likely scenario, but if that happens, gold probably pops right through 2010 and heads up to our next wave higher, which we'll have to take a look at that, see where that could potentially go. But yeah, it's an interesting spot right now. And again, if you think that zero rate hike is coming tomorrow, gold could especially be interesting. But even if we get 25 basis points, it still looks like the Fed may be on the verge of talking about pivoting. We've jumped up by like 4% in a year on rate hikes. It's been incredible. And so the gold price has not really seen appreciation until recently, where that conversation has paused. And again, everybody, new traders, what they do is they focus very heavily on technical analysis. And if you watch my shows, if you watch my live streams, watch my content, you know that we focus very heavily on fundamentals, because fundamentals, in my view, can be more leading than technicals even. A lot of times the technicals, in my opinion, follow the fundamentals. When you get a shift in the narrative from the Fed, that starts to play out and the technicals start to show up later and you can catch the trend. That's kind of my take on it. Anyways, thank you guys for the likes. I think we just ran it up by a bunch. Let me see, how many likes are we at now? Nice. We jumped up by like 100 likes. You guys are awesome. Thank you for that. Appreciate you on that one. Yeah, so gold hitting the 38.2% retracement looks interesting. I really think that if I'm going to take a buy trade here, I'd like it to come down to the 50 or the 61.8, somewhere in this zone. Again, especially the reason I'm not jumping on a trade as we speak with gold, the reason I'm not just entering right here, I'll tell you why, is because I like gold at a buy, but only if it comes down to this 50%. I need a little bit more juice on it, because again, we're going into a Fed meeting. Anything can happen, or a Fed interest rate decision. Anything can happen. Volatility can be very, very high. And so if I'm going to take that trade, I want a little bit more of a pullback. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to the people in the audience. I'm just, speaking my mind on this. I'd like the trade, but I don't want to chase it up too close to the highs. I'd like to see a little bit more of a discount there. So one question, if you don't mind, why do you choose to trade support and resistance? But those people who trade order blocks, the way the bank trades, they are enjoying their life. So here's the truth. I've spoken with many professional hedge fund traders, bank managers, bank traders. Like, I've talked to a lot of them. I've had the pleasure with this platform that I have to speak with a lot of them. Smart money concepts is not necessarily what they trade. Now, some of them perhaps maybe do. I've never met anybody who uses smart money concepts that's a hedge fund manager. I'm not discrediting it or anything. I think there's some validity there. But the truth about any sort of smart money concepts or order blocks is there may be some validity there, but it is also probably the most popular retail trading strategy. And again, I don't think that that's bad. I think that just because something is popular does not mean it's bad, right? Support and resistance is popular. I use it all the time. It's probably the most commonly used retail trading strategy, but so do hedge fund managers use support and resistance. Those concepts are as old as time. It's supply and demand. It's the simplest concepts in, the markets. So, and I think sometimes simple is best. And again, I'm not discrediting smart money concepts or people who trade in that way. I don't think it's constructive to criticize anybody's trading style. At the end of the day, if it works for you, who cares what anybody else says on the internet? Support and resistance has worked well for me for years, but it's not just support and resistance. What I do is predominantly fundamental analysis and combining it with simple technical filters. So, yeah, because banks trap people, make patterns, and move price other way and make people lose losses. I don't think, I think, the concept of like the market is chasing retail traders too heavily is sort of a false narrative. The reality about it is that retail trading volume makes up such a tiny portion. The real money for banks would be to outsmart other banks, not to try and chase the like 2% of the market volume that makes up retail traders. We're taking a look at dollar yen here, which is in a steady downtrend. Dollar yen, I tried a little while to catch some buys on this thing. Did not work out. So I'm looking for this thing right now. If it wants to get bullish, I'll be interested. But it has to start doing something like break following setups, right? That sort of stuff. So yes, that is what I'm currently paying attention to with dollar yen, would be waiting for some sort of break back the other direction. We had James join for just a second. He's here and gone. If you guys heard that, I think James popped in for a second. Anyways, I'm taking a look at some of the dollar crosses here because, again, tomorrow we have the big one. We have the big news event. We have the Federal Reserve interest rate decisions. And I'll show you guys that on Forex Factory. So this is tomorrow's big event, is you have federal funds rate, which is, of course, this concept here. 5% is what is expected, 25 basis point rate hike. there are some people arguing and even betting that it will actually come out at 4.75% with the surprise of 0% interest rate hike. That again would be very, very interesting to see in the markets. Stock market would jump, gold would jump tremendously, dollar would plummet, that sort of thing. So yeah, we will be streaming that event. It should be a good one for you. And don't forget to set your calendars. It's 2 p.m. U.S. Eastern. We will be live for that event. If you'd like to tune in with us tomorrow, we're going to be on for that. So yeah, let's see. We're going to now take a second here. We're going to take a break and we're going to hear from our sponsor. James is going to jump in just a second here, and he can take over the stream if he's ready. James, give me a thumbs up if you're good. Okay, he's good. All right, guys, 1 second. We're going to take a break and hear from our sponsor right after this.
All right, everybody, we have a really awesome deal for you guys today. We are super excited to be brought to you by Forex Tester. So A1 Trading has partnered up with Forex Tester, which is a leading software for backtesting your trading ideas and strategies. You can practice your Forex, futures, stocks, and crypto trading without any risk to your real capital. Their software operates similarly to the standard MT4 platform, making it easy to use. So if you're interested in getting access to their fantastic testing platform, you can get a major discount by using the link and the promo code in our description down below. You guys are probably familiar with Forex Tester. If you've been a fan of Nick for a long time, he has been partnered with them for a while, and he will do a stream where he shows off his strategy and the Forex Tester software and his back testing. So I know that he's a huge fan of it. It's super helpful for risk management and kind of keeping you sharp and on your toes when it comes to your trading strategy. So again, if you are interested in the Forex Tester software, again, it's super useful for back testing your strategy. You got to stay sharp. You got to stay on your toes when you're out there making the best trades possible. If you want a major discount on it, you can find it in the link in our description down below with the promo code as well. Thank you, Forex Tester, for sponsoring today's show. Now, Nick, back to you.
All right. And thank you, James, for that. Yes. So Forex Tester, I've used them forever. If you guys are still aspiring, if you're still learning in this stuff, the best advice I could possibly give you is to backtest your strategies. And I've used Forex Tester for, I mean, I guess now for years. It's a fantastic platform that allows you to test your concepts. We'll be doing more live streams with that. So stick around. At some point, we'll be doing more shows featuring that software. So check it out there. But also, if you just want to check it out for yourself, the link is in the description. So let's see what else we can find in terms of data for us today, guys. We were talking about smart money a little bit here earlier, and I want to show you guys this one more time. So we talked about a couple things in particular. We talked about the yen today. The yen is right now the #1 most shorted COT asset. This is really interesting stats. We can see that right now, big money is very much in favor of shorting the Japanese yen. On the flip side, we could take a look at the other end of the spectrum and see what they're most interested in buying. You got JP225, you got oil, euro, dollar, and gold. These are sort of your top bought by institutional money positions. If you guys don't have access to this data, real quick, I'm going to show you something really cool. If you go to the link that we just dropped in the chat, we're going to drop a link in the chat to chat with one of our representatives here. If you want to try out this software today, here's how you can do it. If you send a direct message, just send the word free trial to the link that just got dropped. So that link, when you click it, it's going to open up a chat box to chat with one of our support representatives. If you click that link and ask them for a free trial of the software, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really simple. Let me just show you. So I'm going to open this. So this is what so it opens up a link to this chat. If you just go here, if you want to try out our software today, chat now, Edge Finder, put your name in there and just start a chat. Ask us for a free trial, and one of our support representatives will we'll set you up with a trial to check out the software. And again, we have a lot of people using our software. We spent a lot of time, or we are continuing to spend a lot of time and money building this tool for traders. If this is something you think would be helpful to you, it's something that you'll see me use every single day because, of course, I find it incredibly valuable to have. If you're trying to expand beyond just technical charts, it may be a tool that could be really helpful to you. So check it out. Click that link, chat with one of our support reps, and one of us will set you up with a trial for free. So again, check it out using that link. So let's see. Look at this euro, guys. The euro is so strong today. It was able to break significantly above previous resistance here. And I actually jumped out of I had a euro short. I jumped out of my euro short in time before it continued to launch. I put that update out inside of the Discord. After it started breaking through highs and putting in these higher lows, I was like, you know what? This looks way too strong. I'm going to go ahead and back off and wait to try and look at this later. But right now, the euro looks incredibly strong. And if this thing can break, who's telling how far it could go, especially with the Fed meeting tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen there. It could continue to just run higher and higher on that euro. So again, a really impressive move for the euro, more than I expected, to be completely fair. But again, probably in sympathy with some of the gold volatility to the upside, the dollar just being very, very weak here today. If you get something like this, break retest, there could be some continuation opportunities. But overall, very, very impressive move to the upside. I'm not necessarily bullish on it. I'm just not going to be shorting it at these levels. Hey, Sean, thank you very much for the 298 Singapore dollars. I appreciate it, my friend. Is the New York session 1 hour earlier now? No, we just streamed early today to react to the CAD CPI numbers. Speaking of that, in case you missed that portion of the stream, CAD CPI numbers came out and caused some volatility here on the dollar CAD. You can see that in terms of what happened, you had a big pop to the upside. Now it's sort of erased some of that volatility. Here's a 5-minute chart. You can see where the news came out and popped to the upside and has since sort of faded, hasn't made too much a move from there. But right now, like I said, dollar CAD is still sitting at a support zone. And until this level breaks, I would still say that this looks optimistic for dollar CAD. In fact, I even kind of like it long myself. So we'll see if that can play out. But it's an interesting trade. What broker are you using? Patrick, thank you for asking that question. So I use Oanda personally in the US, but if you're outside of the US, here's what I would recommend. In the description, we have an awesome brokerage that sets you up with some really cool extra features. You can trade anything. It's called 8cap. And if you click the link for 8cap down below in the description, you'll be helping out the stream. It is an affiliate link, just to be completely transparent with you guys. But if you're looking for a better broker, we have 8cap in the description. I can't trade with them because I'm in the US. Unfortunately, in the US, we have limitations on trading with certain brokers. We can only trade with US regulated brokers. So for people who are outside of the US who don't have that problem, check out 8cap using the link down below in the description. It's the one that I recommend. It has really tight spreads. It has the biggest list of assets. You can trade whatever you want on that thing. You can trade cryptos, you can trade Forex, you can trade indices, gold, whatever you want to trade. And they have really significant leverage options if that's something that you're interested in as well. So all of that is linked in the description if you want to try that out. Check them out there. And you can trade, I believe they are getting back on TradingView, which is really exciting. So you can trade directly on TradingView with 8cap, I believe in the future. They're finalizing that. They had it for a little while, they lost it, and I think they're coming back. So at least that's what I've heard. At JPY, what do I think? CAD JPY had a little bit of a pop here today. I think from a technical perspective, it's still pretty bearish. But let's go see if it has any bias in the edge finder. So we're pulling up the edge finder. By the way, bear with us on SPX. We had some errors with that this morning. Ignore that. We're doing some fixes on some of the SPX data polls. So for those of you guys who have the edge finder, if you trade SPX, we'll have this back soon. We're just doing some maintenance on it. This morning, we've got AUD USD still as a strong sell. You can see the euro fell off the list, probably with the recent rally higher. It's pretty much been knocked off the list as no longer a sell bias trade. However, what still remains is you've got CAD Swiss as a possible sell. The edge finder, very much sort of bearish on the CAD. It has been for a while. CAD Yen, for example, CAD Swiss, and dollar CAD, all favoring the counter to the Canadian dollar. So yen, Swiss, and dollar preferred over the CAD. So, CAD Swiss, you can kind of see the market structure has been to the downside. CAD yen, I don't love CAD Swiss as much. CAD yen, though, very bearish, right? You've got this downward trend as it rallies into a level of resistance like this. My expectation would be continuing lower. So something like this, right? You've got resistance hitting currently. We've got a downward structure. Targets on this thing would probably be previous lows and even beyond, right? We talk about this often. If you're a trend follower, my thought process is I don't usually like to just target the previous low. If I'm a trend follower, what I like to do is I like to target the trend continuation, right? Because again, your risk reward becomes way better when you're trading something like, think about this, guys. If you're shorting here, let's say you took this short, stop above structure, 93 pip stop. If you go for this, you've got a good risk reward. It's still 1.78 to 1. Still good risk reward. However, if you catch the trend extension, the continuation of this trend, suddenly your risk reward is like a 3 to 1. Becomes much better really, really quick, right? And all you're doing in this case is you're just saying, okay, well, if this trend is going to continue, we would expect a new low. That's how trends work, right? And again, this is something that really changed the way I thought about trend following. Trend following, if you're really going to follow the trend, what following the trend means, in my definition, is waiting for it to tell you when it's ending. How do you know a trend is ending? When it starts putting in higher highs and higher lows. It's a really simple market structure concept. And again, the trading ideas. Is it Ivan's birthday? Hey, Ivan, what's up, Ivan? I see Ivan in the chat now. Is happy birthday, Ivan. Happy birthday, Ivan. If it is your birthday, then that's awesome. Congratulations on becoming 22 years old. Ivan is 22, everybody. Brian says, what do you do when I'm not trading? I dream about trading. I'm just kidding. No, I like going to the gym. I like going outside. I like to hike. I like to, I'm a big chess player. I'm not very good at chess. For those of you guys who are chess fans, I am 1200 in chess. That's my ELO, however you say it. I've been playing chess for years and years and years. And what I do, again, Brian, this is your fault. You got us off topic. If this is 1200 in chess, this is what I've done for a long time. I start out from where I left off. Usually I get to around 1200. I start off again, haven't played in a while, and I just lose a bunch of ELO. And then I work my way up and I work my way up. And then I get up to 1200. And then I start realizing, like, gosh, this is going to take a tremendous amount of effort to break this barrier. And then I stop playing for a while. And then I repeat the process. I've done this for years. I think I need to sit down. I think I need to sit down and play chess for like 12 hours straight to get this barrier to break. I just don't know if I have the dedication to that yet. I love chess, though. Nathan, are you actually 2100? That's really impressive. Can also play blindfolded. Jeez, that's crazy. What openings do you like? Pawn e4 and the Sicilian. The simplest stuff. I'm like I said, don't hype me up. I'm not a great chess player, but I do love chess. It's a really fun game to play. Anyways, let's see. What else do we have to look at here? Guys, we've got about 4 minutes. Someone else can take over the stream here. In the meantime, though, I wanted to look at some more of these listed off assets. You've got CAD Swiss on the list. We talked about some CAD pairs already today. Let's look at pound. I pulled it up, but I didn't talk about it too much. The thing that's pretty optimistic for the pound is that this recent run up has a lot of momentum. Right, this is an impressive rally for the pound. if it can break and retest, you may have just continuation moves here. I don't really love the pound dollar long. A lot of factors go against it. Like, for example, seasonality, I believe, goes against it. The trend is to the upside, but economic numbers favor the US dollar big time. At least for now, like this is probably more of a short trade if it starts to form. Now, again, what I mean by that is when I say this is a short trade, I don't mean shorting it right now. What I mean is like if it starts to break structure, I'd be interested in potentially jumping on some of that. But right now we don't see it ready yet. So, yeah. To break 1200, you also need to memorize basic openings and avoid blunders. Thank you for the tip. Yeah, blunders are a big one, man. Even like now I'm not making like for my chess friends out there, I'm not making the mistake of like I just like drop pieces, like hang pieces. Now it's like simple blunders where it's like I don't see a pinned item or like pinned piece or something like that, like simple stuff like that. AUDUSD, Aussie dollar is tanking. Let's take a look. The Australian dollar is on the 4-hour chart in a downward trend. I mentioned that I like the Australian dollar on a rally. If it gets up to like 38.2, that might be an interesting one to look for continuation. Targets being back down at the lows. Now this is higher time frame. So if you're talking shorter term, I think you have room actually to come up. Shorter term, I think that this price may want to come back up and retest. Again, very contingent on what we get out of tomorrow's interest rate decision. Yeah. So I think short term, the Australian dollar may, from a technical perspective, have some support here and may see if it can make its way up here. But really, the only trade I'm interested would be a short around that 38.2% retracement. So that would be my take on it. By the way, guys, if you guys are not already in our Discord channel, I would invite you to join us here. And real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to do something different for this. If you guys want to join our Discord channel, let's do this. Instead of just joining the free version, let's hand out some premium access to the Discord channel. If you want to see the trades being taken, if you want to join into the action, here's how you can do it. We're going to drop another chat link to chat with one of our support reps. If you chat with us and send the word Discord trial, one of our support reps will set you up to try out our trade alerts group as well as our trading chat room. If you'd be interested in doing that, click the link to send a direct message. We just dropped it in the chat there. If you click that link, it's going to open up a prompt to have a conversation with one of our representatives here who can set you up with a trial within the Discord. Just send the word Discord trial, and they'll set you up with a way to check out the group. If that's something you're interested in joining, if you think it would be helpful to get access to the trade alerts, join our educational section, all sorts of good stuff there, you can gain access to that for the day if you just send a direct message to our support line. And again, it'll open up a prompt like this. Just chat with us and ask them for the Discord free trial. And there you go. We're handing out free stuff on these streams all the time. Let me, do we have a guest coming on today? Chandler or James, if you guys would DM me, just let me know. I don't see anybody in the backlog, so I'm just keeping an eye. Yeah, and guys, like I said, if you are interested in trying out the Discord today, take advantage of that link. Should be here soon. Okay, cool. Thank you, Chandler. Appreciate you, man. Okay. I think Nick was trading for 15 years. 15 years? How old do you think I am? How old do you guys think I am? In the chat real quick. How old do you think I am? What's your guess? And be very careful with your answers. Wow, you guys really blew up that Discord trial. I think my team just got, you guys just smothered my team in requests. Good job. That's good. Keep them busy over there. If you guys are okay, wow, you guys have some guesses. 28, 29, 22, 35, 25, 30, 26, 25, 24, 25, 28, 19, about 24, 28, 28, 65. 65? I mean, hey, check back in like 30 years and maybe, well, actually, no, what am I saying? 40 years. Jeez. 72, Nathan. Get out of here with that, Nathan. I'm 26. I'm 26 years young. Look at this S&P 500, guys, rallying here this morning. Good for my my stock positions. I've got to say, this is the question though is with this S&P rally, is this thing going to break out? And guys, we have been on this train for a long time. The S&P 500 has struggled to break out longer term for a long time. We are back at the top of this range. If this thing breaks out, I would love, 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 love. My favorite trade in the whole world. You guys know, if you've watched me for a while, my favorite thing to trade in the whole wide world is stock rallies. It's my favorite thing. If we get it, great. If tomorrow's news is optimistic, if interest rates come out at 0% or even 25 basis points, and we get some dovishness from the Federal Reserve, if we get some forward-looking optimism, stock market could absolutely rally, and I would love to look for a chance to join that move. I just need to see the factors line up. 26. What will Trump do in jail? I don't know. What does he do outside of jail? I'm not sure what he's up to. S&P 500, again, like I said, it is my favorite thing to trade. I haven't traded in a while because, again, when it's in a downward trend, I don't like to trade it. I don't like to short the S&P. I like to be long, but only when markets are showing optimism there. Let's go look, guys. I got to go look at the S&P on here. Oh, I can't do it because we're working maintenance. The one time I want to pull up the S&P, we got maintenance going on. And now we get two things under maintenance, $R and SPX. US 30 is still a go. Let's go look at NASDAQ. I also like trading the NASDAQ, of course. Indices, NAS 100. Wow, you guys just blew up our chat with people wanting to join the Discord, which is fantastic news. Thank you for all that. It's really cool to see you guys want to try out the group, so that's awesome. I'm going to walk out there and they're going to be like, Nick, what the heck? You just gave us like 3,700 people asking to join the Discord. Context, my office where we build all this stuff, I have a staff team that helps support members and people who are accessing the software and stuff. There's no possible way I could do that stuff myself. So I have a team that does that. And we're in a studio office right now. Anyways, NASDAQ -2. This is interesting stuff. So interest rates, if they came out at 0 tomorrow, we would see the interest rate indicator flip to 0. Unemployment still is -1. GDP growth still -1. But if the trend is up, so we're starting to see some stuff there. COT data is mixed. We actually have institutional money backing off on the shorts, which is really interesting. Seasonality is negative. What about in April? Yep, still negative in April. A little creepy there. So maybe not quite ready, but you know what is ready is that gold long idea that I keep talking about. Still like gold long, pull back in gold long. I'm looking to join that. If I can catch that all day long, I'd be interested. Gold is another one. I love to trade gold long. I occasionally will trade gold short as well, but I prefer it long. Just because, again, the nature of these things, when you trade things like gold to the long side, gold is explosive to the long side when it happens. Now, this is something I talked about earlier in the stream. If we can get that sell-off down to the 1947 to 1933 range, I'm interested in a swing trade there. I'll be keeping an eye on that. Still no guest on the back line here. We'll see if they show up. Daylight savings might have thrown the guest off today. Uh-oh, that could be tricky. No worries, we're chilling. We are chilling. Yeah. So this is, like I said, probably my favorite trade right now is actually a gold long on a dip. The dip has started. We'll see if it lasts. Is that a dollar rally going on? No, not really. It's a gold specifically down. Very interesting. You know what you might get going on right now, guys, is there might be a little bit of just some take profits going on. Some people selling before the news, and this makes sense, right? Think about it, guys. Think about perspective. If you're big money, if you've made some money on this run up, let's say you were long in this area, probably a very normal response. You have a Fed meeting tomorrow. Who knows how that volatility could impact your trade? Probably a lot of smart traders saying, let's go ahead and take off some profits in this area. Maybe people getting trailed out of trades. Profits being taken, locked in before the news. Probably makes sense, right? I'm just speculating, but of course, I've been long since 1720. Wow, Brandon, that's fantastic, man. Good for you. It's an awesome trade. Whether it was a trade or even a longer term investment, that's a great 1720s all the way down here. That's great. And yeah, I mean, we're seeing the daily chart really actually show good signs of red now. That 50, like I said, has my eye. We'll see if it comes back to that point. If it comes back, I'm definitely interested in longs. I'll take that on the old Weeble account. And speaking of Weeble account, I think that one is doing quite well today. See if I can find what's going on today. You know, I have one stock. I own NEM. This is a gold miners stock. This one has actually popped a lot. I own this one. I bought it down in the lows. I'm feeling pretty good about that buy. That one appreciated significantly off of the gold rally. In fact, side note for the stock guys in the room, I think some of the gold miners might actually still be relatively undervalued compared to the gold spot price. Anyways, guys, let's do this one more time while we wait. If you guys want to try out our Discord, if you want to join into the action, we're going to drop a link one more time to chat with us. If you guys would like to chat with us and get access to the free Discord for the day, I'm sorry, not the free Discord, the premium Discord. If you want to try out the premium Discord, click a link that's being dropped in the chat right now and send us the word Discord trial. And there you go. Link has been dropped. Click that link. It'll open up a prompt to chat with us. And just type the word Discord free trial, and one of our support reps will get you set up to check out the Signals group, as well as the chat room and educational service. We do coaching webinars. It is the place to be. If you're up and coming, if you're trying to learn this stuff, join the Discord. I'm telling you, it is worth the money. If you took the small amount of money it costs to join us within the Discord, and you said, okay, I'm just going to invest it in this educational service, I would be very confident I would have been so much better off had I just paid for a membership like this, where I could join coaching calls, meet other traders, see what's going on, see how they're doing it, learn some other strategies, grab bits and pieces from everybody, and walk away more educated than I started. That would be worth, way more worth, the price that I would pay to get that membership than what I just lost in the markets without knowing what I was doing. It really is worth the price. And, you know, that's why we have so many members who have, you know, been so happy with the group and learned a lot. So there you go. There's a lot going on in there. Yes, indeed. All right, guys, I think we're going to pull the plug on this stream. We don't have a guest showing up here today. So thank you for hanging out with me. We did a full hour today with yours truly. So thank you for joining me. It was fun. Hope you guys got something out of it. We discussed some ideas here and things like that to pay attention to. So I'll have a video out later today with some more ideas. So stick around. We'll have that coming out later this afternoon. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and we will see you back in the next stream. Catch you later.
Thanks again for watching today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to continue to share free value to our audience through daily videos and articles, keeping you up to date with the latest market coverage. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe for more. And remember, you can improve your trading performance 30 times faster with Forex Tester 5. Backtest your strategies using real historical data. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.